Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Cranky Gun Reviews, and today I'm starting out on the drive to the range. Just wanted to give you a little update on what you can look forward to today. My Rossi Model 92 that I told you I was going to take out, the 38 Special 357 Magnum lever action, I'm going to take that out and shoot it today because I've been wanting to. I also have my Marlin 60 that you saw in one of my last videos, the stainless steel model. I have taken it apart, basically taken the bolt out of it. I stoned with the sharpening stone the top, the left, and the right side of the bolt to smooth it out, with and without the charging handle in there, because the charging handle actually sometimes stands proud of the bolt. So you basically want to make sure that it's as square and smooth and flat as you can possibly get it. And then I just cleaned it up. I did find something wrong with that gun when I took it apart. The recoil spring rod must have gotten lost sometime over the years. So somebody basically took the recoil rod and made one out of a nail. What it looked like was they took like a 16-penny nail or something like that, cut the head off of it, and then flatten the end of it with a hammer so that it wouldn't go into the receiver too far where the normal pin would go, and then use the recoil spring on there. So to me, that's a huge issue. I have a new one on order, I just haven't gotten it yet. But I did put a new recoil spring in that. Like I said, I polished the crap out of the bolt. I cleaned it up very well. I'm trying out some new gun cleaner. I'm trying out Lucas bore cleaner solvent, and also Lucas Oil Extreme Duty Gun Oil, which is extremely slick, nice and thick oil. So I'm hoping for good things out of that. I mean, Lucas Oil products in general are usually pretty good. So I got the Marlin 60, the Rossi 92. I also have my Sears Model 54, which is a 1960s model, basically like a Winchester Model 94, a 30-30 lever action gun. And what else did I bring? Oh, I have a CVA Hunter in 223 Remington, and I may end up breaking this up into 2 or 3 videos, so I may take small snippets of this intro and then put them on a couple of different videos. But I have 4 different platforms I'm taking to the range today. Hopefully there's not going to be anybody else there, because I really don't like recording when there's lots of people there. I think it's kind of rude, and obviously if they're shooting, you're not going to hear me talk that well. So I do not have a private range. I'm part of a club that has a lot of other activities as well. We have pig roasts and dinners and all kinds of boating and fishing and stuff like that as well. So it's a sportsman's club. Maybe someday, if I ever buy some property out behind my house, I'd be able to put my own shooting range in, but more than likely that's not going to happen because there's too many houses around me. So I have to join a club. But anyway, that's a brief intro to my video, and I will see you guys in a few minutes at the range.
I'll tell you after I hit. Yeah, I'll go blue one. Not yet. I'm just gonna go with that. Try again. You're going for blue, right? Yeah. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna go for the center of the palette. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea. Right in the center of the palette. Yeah. Okay, so I think you were left on mine. Oh, right. You gotta kick that out of the I accidentally clapped it. Like the chamber? Wait, you have one in there? No. What were you worried about? I just did it thinking I had to reset the guys one. I thought
way high and way right.
The left.
Down low in the black.
I think it was what?
I see it in the black. It's in the you know that diamond on the left?
Yeah, I don't know if your table was scratched.
Okay.
Alright, so we think I'm going a little left. The top.
I don't know where I'm hitting.
You've got one in the left.
I really don't.
And one in the right of the top left diamond.
Alright, so I think we're handling the blue one and go a little bit.
But CVA Hunter, so far, 100% good.
Alright.
Way over on the left.
And way left.
Right on the left edge.
I have no clue where I'm hitting. Absolutely no clue.
Are you holding it
Doesn't help I don't have a stand. Functions though, which is good. Might not be able to sight it in today, but at least I can test that it functions fine. No clue.
Yep. Right.
I don't know if I'm high, low, left, or right. So I got it zeroed all the way. Let me zero this thing all the way
Both of them are right on the edge.
down and right and see if I can get it.
You talking the blue?
Alright, so I got it zeroed
Oh, that hit the blue?
bottom left.
That's where I was aiming. So it was where?
See if I can figure out where I'm hitting
On
here.
his left shoulder.
Oh, yeah, that's what it meant. Alright.
Theoretically, should be very low. I'm going to try to aim for the top right shoulder.
That's the 7 green on the bottom.
No idea.
Here we go, Fisher, you ready? Right above that dark above the soil, there's an orange spinner target. There, buddy. The one you put in, yeah, let me watch. I'm gonna try to do that one.
It's just barely touching the sticker.
It is?
Yeah, take a look. No, the top.
Can you find that in the box?
See it?
Yep, top right of the sticker.
Alright.
I think you probably need to be like over my
Watch
shoulder,
it.
yeah, the left side, sorry.
Let me do another one.
Maybe not.
Then I'll be done.
Okay. Yeah.
Nope.
I'm looking for you ready to go.
Didn't fix it yet.
Off tape.
Wow.
High left, looks like.
The second I last one is high.
Okay, thank you.
That's all right.
Thank you.
Ready?
Yeah.
It's not ejecting them.
Yeah.
Let's see what they have. Yeah,
Alright, fair enough.
let's do it like right together.
Fair enough. Very exciting, thank you very much. Huh. I'm not even on the paper. Jesus, God, you're kidding me.
Well, that range trip did not go as well as I had hoped it did. Really, the star of the day was the Rossi Model 92. I didn't even end up shooting the Sears Model 54, mainly because the range was too busy. There was 4 or 5 guys there when I got there. Over the course of the time I was there, 2 more groups came in, and we had to stop twice to set up targets. So unfortunately, I didn't want to ask everybody to stop shooting to go get my target, so I left my target on the range, which I know the group that was there will take it down because they had stuff set up at 100 and I was only shooting at 50. Good news is the CVA Hunter, flawless, absolutely perfect shooting. I had watched a couple of videos from those things from other people on YouTube, and some people said that they had trouble with hard primers or something like that where it didn't want to strike. So I actually took some Federal American Eagle with me, as well as some Perfecta. And the Perfecta, I had a couple issues with either feeding or extracting in my AR-15. That stuff typically functions pretty well, but I know in my revolver sometimes the Perfecta doesn't work too well. In one of my revolvers, I think it has a lightened trigger on it, so that means the hammer doesn't fall as hard or something. So it doesn't like in my revolver. So I figured maybe the Perfecta's got a little bit harder primer. Worked great in the CVA Hunter, no issues whatsoever. The only problem I really had with that, and it was my bad, it was completely stupid of me, but I put a 22 rimfire scope on that gun, and I figured I'd be able to dial in the windage and the elevation to get it to work with a 223. Yeah, that's not going to happen. When you're shooting almost 3 times the velocity of what a 22 will, with a much heavier bullet, you're never going to get the scope right. So I tried zeroing it all the way bottom left, couldn't find it on the target. I only hit the target 3 times, and out of the 3 times, all of them were high right from where I was aiming. So I put about, I don't know, 20 something rounds through that just to test the functionality of it with different brands of ammo, and it worked absolutely perfect. But I need to get a 223 scope for that thing, maybe just to fix 4 power or something like that. Then I went to the Rossi. That thing functioned absolutely perfect without a single problem. And I was shooting 3 different types of ammo. I was shooting Perfecta, I think I was shooting Remington UMC, and I was shooting Herters, flat nose, and everything functioned fine in that, not a single hang up on that gun. And then I took out the Marlin 60, and it was a jam-o-matic. I think I figured out that the problem is the extractor. So basically what's happening is, and for those of you that don't know, the extractor on a Marlin 60 is basically a little tiny piece of bent wire. It's kind of like just a piece of spring steel that goes over the feed ramp, so the bullets kind of drag over it, or they drag under it when they're loading into the chamber, and then when they extract, it just catches the rim and flings it out the side. Well, what was happening was I could basically shoot 2 or 3 rounds that would work okay. The first round would extract perfectly as it's supposed to, straight out the right side of the gun. The second round would extract kind of forward and right, and then the third or fourth round would always jam up. So I thought maybe it had something to do with the ammo I was using. I tried 4 different kinds of ammo, didn't fix the problem. So I think when I was looking in the chamber, basically the extractor would just push off, completely off the right side of the feed ramp, and it wasn't doing anything at that point. So When I had the thing apart and cleaned it, it definitely looked like the extractor was either weak or not adjusted right, because it didn't seem to fit quite in the groove in the receiver. So I got to look at that. But anytime you spend time at the range is better than just about anything else you can do. So it was still a good time, but range was way too busy and had a couple of malfunctions with one gun, and the like I said, the CVA Hunter, not the right scope on it. So thanks for watching. Have a great day. God bless. Please support your two-way rights. Make sure you follow laws and rules that you're supposed to, but again, make sure that you're exercising your freedom. Have a great day from Cranky Motorsports.